Nearly 60,000 people in Mexico have died as a result of this war on drugs. However, the head of our DEA here in the United States thinks that this war on drugs has actually been very successful. Michele Leonhart was appointed by the Bush administration, but reappointed by the Obama administration. And recently she was talking about the war on drugs, and she basically said the following. She says, "It may seem contradictory, but the unfortunate level of violence is a sign of success in this fight against drugs."
Oh, well, that sounds good. I'm not surprised she's a Bush appointee originally. That's what Bush used to say about Iraq all the time. You see all this horrible, horrible violence? That means we're making progress. You see, because if they're fighting us, well, that means that they're scared of us. And that means that the government is about to establish itself. And that's why you're seeing the terrorists strike out, because they're in a panic and they're in fear. And it turned out that was a crock. And of course the violence didn't mean things were getting better. It meant things were getting worse. And that's exactly what's happening in Mexico, too. But somehow they got to put a pretty face on it. So the head of the DEA is like, no, war on drugs is working. More violence equals success.
Let me show you the pretty face, okay? The pretty face is 994 people under the age of 18 in Mexico dying between the years of 2006 and 2010. And they're killed because of this drug-related violence.
Well, that's a very inconvenient fact for our DEA, who absolutely demands that the Mexican government continue their war on drugs. So if close to 1,000 of your kids had to die for it, well, then I'm sure it just means we're getting closer to success.
Let me just say something really quick. If you are the head of the DEA, you have the obligation and the responsibility to know everything about drugs, every drug out there. Why is this drug illegal? Why are you fighting to keep it illegal, right? But I just want to give you an idea of how unbelievably ignorant she is when it comes to drugs. Let's watch.
Is crack worse for a person than marijuana?
I believe all illegal drugs are bad.
Is methamphetamine worse for somebody's health than marijuana?
I don't think any illegal drug
is good. Heroin worse for someone's health than marijuana?
Again, all.
I mean, either yes, no, or I don't know. I mean, if you don't know, you can look this up. You should know this as the chief administrator for the Drug Enforcement Agency.
That never ceases to amaze me. As the head of the DEA, you should know that marijuana, even though it's labeled or considered a Schedule I drug, is not as harmful to your health as crack or heroin.
Well, of course she does know that. She just doesn't want to admit it, because then the next question he's going to ask her is, then why is it classified in the same category? Why is it considered, at the first level of dangerous drugs? And she knows that it's BS, so she doesn't want to admit it. So she says, well, all illegal drugs are super dangerous, and golly gee, I can't tell which one is worse. And I hear that violence is a sign of success. By the way, Bush had appointed her, but actually Obama appointed her to be the head of the DEA and got her confirmed. Nicely done. Change we can believe in, going more right-wing than Bush.